Sag, hello, Amanda here. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your small story reading for December. So with these readings, they are a more specific glimpse into what may be going on for you as opposed to the larger monthly shift readings, which are more of an overview. For these small story readings, a book typically wants to jump off the shelf and speak to you. I turn to a passage at random and I read you that passage, and then we will use cards to extrapolate on the story. So today for you, Sag, the book that wanted to come through is The Little Prince, which I love. And I'm going to read you this. It's chapter 13. Here we go. The fourth planet. So now, for those of you who don't know, the little prince has caught a comet and left his planet, and he is catching comets to visit all of these other planets around him to learn more about the world. Okay, here we go. The fourth planet belonged to a businessman. This person was so busy that he didn't even raise his head when the little prince arrived. Let me show you the businessman. There he is. "Hello," said the little prince. "Your cigarette's gone out." 3 and 2 make 5, 5 and 7, 12, 12 and 3, 15. Hello, 15 and 7, 22, 22 and 6, 28. No time to light it again. 26 and 5, 31. Whew, that amounts to 501,622,731. 500 million what? You're still there? 501 million... I don't remember. I have so much work to do. I'm a serious man. I can't be bothered with trifles. 2 and 5, 7. 501 million what? Repeated the little prince, who had never in his life let go of a question once he asked it. The businessman raised his head. "For the 54 years I have inhabited this planet, I have been interrupted only 3 times. The first was 22 years ago when I was interrupted by a beetle that had fallen onto my desk from God knows where. It made a terrible noise and I made 4 mistakes in my calculations. The second time was 11 years ago when I was interrupted by a fit of rheumatism. I don't get enough exercise. I haven't time to take strolls. I'm a serious person. The third time is right now. Where was I? 501 million. Million what?" The businessman realized he had no hope of being left in peace. "Oh, of those little things you sometimes see in the sky. Flies? No, the little shiny things. Bees? No, those little golden things that make lazy people daydream. Now, I'm a serious person. I've no time for daydreaming." "Oh, you mean the stars?" "Yes, that's it. Stars. And what do you do with 500 million stars?" 501,622,731. I'm a serious person and I am accurate. "And what do you do with those stars?" "What do I do with them?" "Yes." "Nothing, I own them." "You own the stars?" "Yes." "But I've already seen a king who kings don't own, they reign over. It's quite different." "And what good does owning the stars do you?" "It does me the good of being rich." "And what good does it do you to be rich?" "It lets me buy other stars if somebody discovers them." "How can someone own the stars?" "To whom do they belong?" retorted the businessman grumpily. "I don't know, to nobody." "Then they belong to me because I thought of it first." "And that's all it takes?" "Of course. When you find a diamond that belongs to nobody in particular, then it's yours. When you find an island that belongs to nobody in particular, it's yours. When you're the first person to have an idea, you patent it and it's yours. Now, I own the stars since no one before me has thought of owning them." "Well, that's true," the little prince said. "And what do you do with them?" "I manage them. I count them and then count them again," said the businessman. "It's difficult work, but I'm a serious person." The little prince was still not satisfied. "If I owned a scarf, I can tie it around my neck and take it away. If I own a flower, I can pick it and take it away. But you can't pick the stars." "No, but I can put them in the bank." "What does that mean?" "That means I write the number of my stars on a slip of paper and then I lock that slip of paper in a drawer." "And that's all?" "Well, that's enough." That's amusing, thought the little prince, and even poetic, but not very serious. The little prince had very different ideas about serious things from those of the grown-ups. I think that's part of the message for you here, Sag. I own a flower myself, he continued, which I water every day. I own 3 volcanoes, which I rake out every week. I even rake out the extinct one. You never know. So it's of some use to my volcanoes, and it's useful to my flower that I own them, but you're not useful to the stars. The businessman opened his mouth, but found nothing to say in reply, and the little prince went on his way. Grown-ups are certainly quite extraordinary, was all he said to himself as he continued on his journey. Let's pull some cards. Sag, I love your energy. Happy birthday. Never grow up, Sag. Never grow up. Okay. Let's see what the Wildwood has for you. What's this small story for Sag to further illuminate this little prince encounter? Okay, 4 cards all at once. Oh, Sag, you're so wonderful. Okay. I'm just getting this message here. Nice. All right. Very clear. Very clear. Here we are, dears. Can you see? Yes. We've got the Queen of Arrows, the Swan. We've got the Sun. We've got the card Respect and Skill. Respect is the 9 of Bows. Just have to remind myself because it's a little different in this deck than typical tarot. And the 8 of Stones for skill. Already I'm loving this story, Sag. This is you, by the way. You're this wild one. You're this wild one in the forest. Who seems to have a very different way of going about things than most people. You know, it's like you'd rather be living in the forest, living off of your own exploration and discovery, and you're very, you allow your own natural rhythms to guide you rather than adhering to some external projection of what your pace and what your life needs to look like, especially regarding career, since we have skill. I love too that, you know, the 8 of Pentacles here is often associated with work. I really like in particular that this deck names it as skill. Honing a skill, and I think the Sag that I'm picking up on here, the group of Sag folks that I'm picking up on, that's more aligned with how you approach your work, that your idea of work and career is like, what skill do I have to offer? What skill do I want to hone and nurture throughout my life? And I think I'm getting the idea that it's multiple, you know, because this one here has many whims, you know, many different skills. It's like a Renaissance person, you know, one day I'm interested in this, the next day my focus is here, the next day my focus is here, you know, it's that kind of energy here. But I want to say that this reading is trying to point out that just because you have multiple focuses and just because your rhythm and your outlook and your lifestyle even might be a bit different from the way others expect or different from the norm, doesn't mean you're any less dedicated and focused. Like in the story that we just read from the Little Prince knows what it means to be serious in the sense of like responsible. You know, the Little Prince knows what it feels like to be responsible for for the things he's taking care of, like the flower and the 3 volcanoes on his planet, you know? But that doesn't absolve or erase this sense of adventure and this sense of the need to travel. We literally are meeting, Little Prince must be a Sag, right? We are meeting the Little Prince at a time when he has decided to leave his home planet, which he has never done before, catch comets to travel to other planets to see other ways of life. And that's you, Sag. But that doesn't take away from your dedication. I'm seeing this, I mean, this is you. This is you here, moving from your inner fire, moving from your sun, moving from your identity, and like allowing that identity to live very much in your heart, very much here internally in who you are, rather than allowing other people to determine that. I also love that this person is standing so tall and so big on the earth. It's almost like, and there's this image of a horse in the background. It's almost like you are ready to explore this incredible planet that we live on and all of the things that life has to offer you here. And you're just like, I know who I am, you know, like that's the energy of this beautiful sun card. And you're lit and you are warmed from within. That's a big part of what I'm feeling here. Now, we have this Queen of Arrows, this swan energy that's a bit judgy about the whole thing. So perhaps you're experiencing judgment from someone in your life who kind of doesn't understand your way of living, who kind of looks back at you like, what is that person doing? You know, because this is essentially just to remind you, as we see you over here working away in your own way and in your own life, the swan is over here looking at you like, what the heck? I don't understand this. I'm going to swim away. You know, I don't get this. I don't get this philosophy of life. I don't get this person. And it frustrates me. You know, you're clearly very different animals, Sag. I love that you could almost see this as the exact same person. That's really, really beautiful, that synchronicity, that energy. So you've got someone in your life, or maybe just like a larger system in general in your life, that is disapproving somehow. And you, I think, are being asked to stay true to yourself despite this person's attitude, or this group of people who are having this attitude towards you. Or maybe this is even representing society's expectations on you. It's like, no, Sag, stay true to your own wildness. Stay true to your own rhythms. Isolate. This is Virgo energy here, this Eight of Stones. Go into your cave and do your business. Do the stuff that you do. Tinker and build and hone your crafts and follow your own rhythms. Don't worry about others' expectations. If you look very closely at the swan, I'm actually seeing that disdain is actually jealousy. This person is salty with you, or this energy is salty with you because it's actually jealous. It's coming across as judgment, but it's actually jealousy. It's actually envy, you know, like this person sees your freedom and sees your vitality. And I think that they have a hard time accessing that in themselves because they feel like they need to adhere to society's regulations so strictly that there's a part of them that is actually quite jealous. That's what that energy is here. Okay, Sag. Yeah, bottom of the deck is clearance. Clearing away the old. Clearing away the old, allowing that to burn in the bonfire. Clearing away old structures, so that you can focus on the energy that's right for you. Okay, let's get you a fairy. Brian Froud's fairies. What's the fairy guidance for Sagittarius to end this half of their small story? What is the fairy guidance for Sag here? Whoop. Yeah, exactly. How beautiful, the undressing of a salad. You are making the impossible possible here, Sag. That's exactly what's happening in this card. This person is juggling so many different balls, keeping all of these different balls in the air. you know, while in this like very rooted, grounded horse stance, you know, this like very rooted stance that they are in. They've got one ball rolling down the shoulder. They've got one here on the knee. We've got other people or energies around you that are helping. It's like, okay, as soon as this one rolls here, I'll drop this one here, and it'll just keep going. It's almost like Mousetrap, you know, that game, or like a game of dominoes or something, or you create like a domino maze. There's a lot of energies at play that you are working in, and I think your magic, I love that this card is called Undressing of a Salad, because it's like, once you have dressed a salad, you know, once you put the dressing on the salad, it's actually like impossible to undress it. And Sag, you say, or so you think, you know, you think it's impossible to undress this salad, but you don't know me and you don't know the way I work. Watch this, you know, like, watch this. I'm going to do it. And you do it through a sense of play. There's this spirit of, you know, like doing this dance, like juggling, almost like a clown, you know, like juggling the balls and keeping them up in the air, and kind of like, that's how you are achieving the impossible, because of your sense of playfulness, which is sort of like you are keeping this heart of a child, which allows you to approach life with this beautiful sense of play, as opposed to approaching life like the grown-ups in The Little Prince, where I have to be serious, I have to be a serious man. No way. You know, no way. You are approaching life with the heart of a child, and I think that's what is allowing you to achieve the impossible here. I'm also being drawn to everyone watching. There's this blue fairy, which is you in the front here, just doing the absolute impossible, and everyone else here is just witnessing this, and everyone's having a different reaction. This one up here is helping, this one is jealous perhaps, this one is judging the situation. There's a couple in here that are just like marveling at your ability. There's some who are amused by it. You know, everyone's gonna have their reaction to you, Sag, and they're allowed that. They're allowed to have whatever reaction to you that they have. That's not really your business. And if you make it your business, you're gonna drop a ball, because that's gonna take your focus away from what you're actually trying to create, what you're actually trying to focus on. Wow. Stay wild, Sag. Stay wild, because it's who you are. Okay, I'm going to take this reading into an extended now. If this is resonating with you, stick around. There'll be a little clip at the end of this reading for you to see if the extended reading is resonating with you. If it is, click the link in the box below. That'll take you over to Vimeo, where you can watch this reading, the extended reading, instantly. Okay. All right, Sag, happy birthday season. Happy holidays. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you soon. It's like a coming out process, but you're working on it. You know, you're not there yet. There's something that has not yet been released into the world, but when it does, it's going to bring such renewal and all of this newness, this sense of newness into your life. But it's hidden right now. It's hidden. You're keeping it in disguise for whatever reason. It's like maybe you're studying, you're just like in your cave, really studying, really, it's not ready to be released yet. But when it does, it's sort of like a shedding of it's larger than like a product. It could be a product release or something like that, or a book release or whatever that is. But it's like, when this comes out, it's more than just the physical object or the creation being released. It's a part of you that's being released. And it has something very much to do with your identity. Something, I think once this comes out, there's a part of you that you can no longer hide. And that's a really beautiful thing. It's bringing a lot of renewal. It's almost like a coming out process for you, as well as for your creation.